Hola mis serenitas, welcome to my channel. It's your girl Chiquita Serenita, and today we're doing a review, tutorial, and swatches of Milani's new Gilded Jewel palette. Now this palette is so cute. You guys just look at this like the whole design of it. It reminds me of, it looks like a rainbow quartz, like an actual rock, you know, like the gemstone rocks. That's what it looks like, and it's got all these concentrated rainbow specks in that rock. And it says Milani Gilded Jewel. And then in the back, we have vibrant jewel tones of sapphire, emerald, garnet paired with seductive neutrals, undeniably gilded. Hyperpigmentation eyeshadow palette. It just says, I think that's it. It is cruelty free. I know Milani is cruelty free, but it doesn't say. It's definitely not vegan. I always liked these palettes, are my favorite from them. I have pretty much every single palette from them. I have their Gilded Coast, their Gilded Twilight one. I think it's actually Twilight something else. But their Gilded, what is that one called? They have this other one that's like a green base one. And I know I have their Gilded Nudes. So I pretty much have a lot of these. This is the ones I like. I don't like those little thin ones that they release. These are by far my favorite ones. And then their colors in here. I love these green blue ones in here. You guys are crazy, like seriously crazy. I used this for my transition shade, and then these ones, so I love those browns. I love that this side is like kind of neutral, and then you got the blues in here, and then you got this random like it looks like a gray, like a gunmetal gray. And then this is the only color I don't see myself using, this light. It's like a vanilla brown, I want to say. It's called Princess Cut, but every single color in here I would totally use. Now, the shimmers in here, their shimmers are either opaque shimmers, like solid shimmers, or you end up with ones like this one. This one's called Tiara, and it is sort of like this eyeshadow topper. It's like similar to what you would get from Super Shock Shadow from ColourPop. They're just like, they give an overall shimmer to the eye. You could use them as an overall color, but I would strongly recommend that you either use that, and then you add this semi-precious color on top, just so it'll stand out a little bit more. I mean, you could try it, but I'm saying Milani and their shimmer formulas is either you like it or you don't. I honestly, at first, I wasn't crazy about them, but once you get used to them and you figure out how to use them, how best to use them, they become such a beautiful formula to work with. I honestly love their formula. I love that their shimmers are so opaque, like the way they stand out on your eye, and they don't really need building up. Like, they go on like butter and they stand out so good. The only thing I had a problem with was this one called Frost Yourself does flake off a little bit. So really do your foundation. Don't be like me, because I'm a savage. No, for real. Do your foundation after, do your eyes first, because you're going to experience fallout with this one. And I want to say a little bit of this one. And this color right here, I used that one yesterday. That color is so pigmented, but the problem is when I had blending it out, I had a problem with blending it out, because I think it's partly my fault, you guys. I know, I'm letting you guys know, if this is your first time watching me, I am not a makeup artist. I don't know what I'm doing half the time. I just try my best to do some looks, and then mostly, you know, reviews for palettes. But I kept adding that on yesterday, because this was yesterday's look. And then when I already noticed, I was like already all the way up here, and I couldn't blend that out to save my life. Like, it was just this huge, oh my god, it was so horrible. It was so embarrassing. I'm gonna show you guys a little snip of my eye look from yesterday. Like, you're gonna see this is my finished eye look and stuff like that. That's my first look. Don't judge me for that look, because it was horrible. I admitted it was horrible. I used OK Boomer from Melt Cosmetics, a silver eyeliner, and even though I liked the look of the eyeliner, that eyeliner started mixing in with my mascara, and then my mascara looked like they had like random silver hairs everywhere. So it was like a horrible mess, okay? I'm the first one to admit I did not do a good job on that eye look. But I'm still going to show it for you guys, just for the sake of, don't do what I do, okay? Learn from my mistakes and don't do that. Because these blues in here are so crazy concentrated. I ended up using this one. Look at, let me show you guys which one I used yesterday. I used this as my transition shade. I used this as my second color, like over all my lid. And then I used this one, Bijou, as my inner right here, and then all on the bottom. So it was like blue on top of blue on top of blue, and I could not blend it to save my freaking life. And it just became this huge blue mess everywhere that I couldn't really do it. I couldn't save it. I was like, you know what? We're here already. I'm not doing anything. Screw it. Okay? And I was happy to discover that my red light wasn't on. So I was like, okay, well, one less thing I have to be embarrassed about. And so today when I said, okay, I'm going to have to sit down and re-record the whole thing, I said, I'm going safe. I'm picking that one as my transition shade. Okay, you guys, I'm done. Let me start the swatches for you guys. I'm going to start with Princess Cut right here. And she is the lightest shade in here. She is like a vanilla white, gray, like white, almost like with a yellow tone. Yeah, she's like a vanilla white. I don't like that one. I wouldn't see myself that one. But she could totally be built up. So it is a very pretty color. I just don't see myself using that one. And then next to that we have Iced Out. I used Iced Out as my inner corner and outer corner highlight. And let me tell you guys that Iced Out is a really, I want to say it's a gunmetal gray with just like a hint of purple lavender in it, sort of. And it makes it such a beautiful color. Like, look at that. It's like, honestly, like a gunmetal gray, but it has that little tiniest bit of lavender in there that makes it so pretty because it's so unique. And I was like, wow, that's a color that I like. And then we have Bijou. Bijou looks, it kind of looks like a royal blue in the viewfinder, but it's actually not. It's like towards more of a dark navy blue. Very dark. You're going to have fallout with that one too. Some people might consider it chalky in a way, I think, because when you start to blend it out, you're going to have some type of fallout, and it is very pigmented. So I'm telling you guys, look at, and you're going to try to blend it out, and you're going to have still like this blue little background to it. I didn't have any problems with blending out for this one, but like I said, just be aware you're gonna have a crazy amount of fallout. See, that's just the blending out right there. So you're not really gonna have a problem with that. You're just gonna have a problem with it being so pigmented that's gonna take over the entire show on your eyelid. So just be aware, be careful with that shade. Don't overdo it, or you're gonna have like what I had yesterday, such a muddy mess everywhere, just blue on top of blue on top of blue, and I could not save the look. Next to that we have Solitaire, and Solitaire is my transition shade from yesterday. It is like this caramel brown, I would consider it. It's like super light, you can barely see it, right? But it's super cute. I love that color. It did its job on this side. It kept me more of a neutral base look and not like what I did yesterday, because yesterday was a hot mess, let me tell you. Okay, you guys, my next color in here is called Smoked Topaz, and that's the color that I said. It is like a really, I want to say it's almost a pink brown tone, and it has this, a bunch of, it's funny that it looks like pink, and it looks like a light caramel brown, and at the same time, it almost gives off this mauve look to it, and it has all these little glitters in there, like little yellow tone glitters. But it's a pretty color. I think these two right here, this one and this one, will look so pretty together because of just how they look. They give off such a similar vibe. But this one is more like a rose gold tone, and this one is more like a gunmetal gray with just a hint of lavender. But still, those two colors are so pretty in this palette. In the next row, we have Tiara over here, which is this color. And I used Tiara today as my inner and outer corner highlight. Tiara is definitely like a ColourPop Super Shock shadow. It is not like a solid background shadow to it. It's more like a topper, because you see that light shimmer to it. It's a really light shimmer. It's a pretty, I mean, don't get me wrong, it's a really pretty chartreuse green yellow color, but it does not really stand out on its own. Like, you would need a lot of building up, and even then, look, she does not show up that much. I mean, look at, you can see she clearly can be built up, but I don't know. I would strongly recommend that you either do that, like let's say you did this right here on your eye, right? And then you take that semi-precious color that I told you guys about earlier, and you just pat that on top, look. And then it just makes her stand out so much more, because it helps, the matte helps the shimmer stand out a little bit more. You guys see what I mean now? But in the end, you know, do what you want. It's your eye. Don't listen to me. Next to that color, we have this color right here that's called Brilliant. Brilliant, I want to say it's like a dark emerald green, and it has all these blue, and it's like a teal, right? It looks almost like a teal in the viewfinder, and it really does look like a teal, and has these chunks, not chunks, it's like specks of emerald and dark blue glitter. It's such a pretty color. Like, I rubbed that all over my eye. I wasn't even joking. Look how pretty that is. You guys see that metallic sheerness to it too? It's like a metallic sheen to it. It's such a beautiful color. Like, I'm not even joking. That is such a pretty color to have in this palette. And then next to that, we have Frost Yourself. This is another equally very beautiful color. This is the one that I told you guys. It looks like a royal blue in the viewfinder, but in real life, it looks more like a dark denim jean color. You know how when you would wear a pair of dark denim jeans, that's how dark it looks in real life. And then I want to say it is a shimmer, but it has sort of this chunkiness to it. So you guys just be careful. When I rubbed it on, it looks like a metallic now that I'm swatching it. But when you rub it on your eye, and just be careful, because you're going to have some type of fallout. And as you start to basically wipe it away, it's gonna rub into your skin, and then you're gonna look like you have some type of blue black eye thing going on. So I tried to wipe as much as I could, but I still ended up with this, you know, blue sheerness on the bottom of my eye. So definitely, like I said, foundation after. Do your eyes first, especially if you're gonna be using the blues in here. Do your eyes first, and then, you know, wipe everything off, and then do your foundation. But like me, I've just always been a savage like that, and I just do my foundation before. Maybe it's savage, maybe it's just laziness, but I always do it, okay? Next to that, we have this one in here that's called Crown. Crown is a super dark liquid gold right there. You guys know how I feel about my golds, right? Like, oh God, I live and die for golds. And this one is the same. It's very concentrated. It's very opaque. Like these ones, they stand out really good. It's got like this metallic sheen to it, so I wouldn't be surprised if it's actually a metallic. You know, I would consider it a shimmer, but it's probably really a metallic. What do I know, you know? I'm just describing the colors as best as I can, but I can't tell you guys a lot about the formulas because I don't know that. Next to that one, we have Bow Down right here, and Bow Down is, I want to say it's like a pink berry tone shimmer. It is like another metallic. Isn't that such a beautiful color, you guys? It looks like this dark pink, almost like this a magenta, and it's so pretty. It's like another metallic. It looks like a metallic. All of these look like metallics right here. A little bit of fallout on that one, but look how pretty that color is. Oh my God. Aren't these colors in here beautiful, you guys, so far? Like, oh my God. I love Milani. Milani does like the most awesomest little palettes like this, and they will surprise you, honestly. If you've never tried Milani, I would say give it a try. This palette costs $20, okay? And if you wait, when they drop it in Walmart and they bring it to Target, you can actually snag it for like $15.99, something like that, $14.99. So it's cheaper. And I honestly love their formula. Like, it's crazy. In the last row, you guys, we have this one right here that's called... It's called Semi Precious. That's the one that I did earlier on top of that tiara color. And it is like a chartreuse lime green, what I would consider like a lime green. And you can see how much it stands out on my skin tone. I'm going to do another swatch just to see you guys. You guys can see it can be built up. It's a super... Look how much that stands out on my skin tone. Like, oh my God. It's such a bright green. Next to that, we have Emerald Envy right here. And oh my God, you guys, I can't even begin to tell you guys how beautiful this color is. I want to say it's like a Kelly green because it's just this very pretty... They call it an emerald green, but for some reason, it just looks like this very bright, super bright green. That's what the colors I would consider a Kelly green. That's why, but it's such a beautiful color. I used on my eyelid, I used that brilliant green, so this one right here that you see, and then I added some of this on top just to make it stand out a bit more. And it just did it. It did exactly what I did with this color right here, where it just you added it on top and it just makes it stand out more. That's what it did. This next color in here is the transition shade I used yesterday. Strongly wouldn't recommend it as a transition shade, but let me tell you guys, it was super pretty. So pigmented, it was crazy. I saw another lady use it on, I saw her picture on Instagram, and she used it as an overall color eyeliner, and she was super, like, I want to say chocolate brown skin. It looks so beautiful on her. Like, oh my god, these colors on someone darker than me, they stand out so crazy. It's so beautiful. It looks so beautiful on her chocolate skin. I was like, dang girl, like let me look like that, you know, because it was so pretty. And to me, honestly, it looks like a teal blue. It's just a lighter version of a teal blue. So like an aquamarine, you would consider it like maybe an aquamarine, dark aquamarine color. But it's so pretty. You're going to have a little bit of fallout from these mattes inside the pan. But I didn't have a crazy amount of fallout on my skin except for that dark blue up here. But these two and the other ones that I used, I didn't have any crazy amount. Only in the pan, not on my face. Next to that we have Heirloom, and Heirloom is a dark chocolate brown in here. I used very little of Heirloom today, but I really would enjoy using that color because it's just a dark chocolate brown. That's just one swatch. It can be built up. So yeah, it's like a brown, dark chocolate brown, and it has like a hint of maroon in the background, so it's not a complete brown, but it's still such a beautiful color. Next to that we have Garnet. Garnet is a matte, and it is like a burgundy matte. It's basically like the garnet, the actual, you know, gemstone or birthstone, however you want to call it. It's so pretty. You can build her up as well. It is a matte one. Such a pretty color. So that's it for the swatches, you guys. I would really recommend that if you like this color store, if you like these type of colors, I would really recommend this palette. It's very pretty. I love Milani. Honestly, they're, like I said, I have at least 4 other of these type of palettes, like this specific size and everything. They're gilded collection kind of that they do. And the outside is so beautiful. I love, it takes a little bit, like I said, I will say throughout the video, it takes a little bit of getting used to how their formula for their shimmers works. But once you use them, they turn out okay. And I've never had any real problems except for like today when I said, you know, well, yesterday, where I said I couldn't blend that one out, and this one was having such, because they were so like, you know, pigmented that by the time I realized, I was like, dude, this is just blue on top of blue on top of blue, and I'm not saving this. But it is cardboard packaging, and it has like this magnetic closure. I love their mirrors. They always say we are Milani on their mirrors. That's it, you guys. If you guys want to see how to create this look today, just stay tuned. Okay, you guys, this is the finished eye look today. Hopefully my eyeliners looked okay. So let me tell you guys that for my transition shade, I used the color called Family Jewels. And then my second color that I put over all my lid is called Frost Yourself. And then in this middle, this little part that you see here, I just put it like right in the middle, and I just sort of like smoothed it out. That is called The Crown, which is like a gold. Right here in my corner, a little bit across and all on the bottom, is called Bijou, which is a very dark blue. And then of course my inner corner and my outer corner highlight right here is called Iced Out. And then this silver eyeliner that you see is from Melt Cosmetics. It is called OK Boomer. It's from their Millennial Pink one, that collection that they had. So yeah, you guys, this is the finished eye look. Hopefully I don't look like a crazy person just with all this blue. So let me back you guys out. Okay, you guys, for my first color, I used this color in here that's called Solitaire, and it is this super light brown nude color. Yesterday when I used the palette, because I did use it for the first time yesterday, and what happened was I started the video and I started talking to myself and doing my makeup, and then all of a sudden I remembered, like, I didn't remember. I mean to say, by the time I realized, when I said, okay, I'm going to go and do my mascara, I realized that the red light wasn't on. Like, I wasn't recording anything. I was literally just there the entire time doing my makeup, talking to myself, basically, because I wasn't recording anything. I don't know. I think it's good in a way that I didn't end up recording that look that I did with this palette yesterday, because that look I did was a little bit overwhelming. Like I said, it's my first time using the palette yesterday, and I didn't realize, like, because it is my first time, that these colors in here are so pigmented, like seriously pigmented. When I first used it, I used Family Jewels, which is a beautiful, you guys, that's a beautiful color. It's like seriously like an aquamarine dark teal. And then I added Frost Yourself right there. So you guys are going to see the look that I created, and you're going to see that I used this as my transition shade, so I'm just showing you guys the colors. And you're going to see that I used Frost Yourself as my secondary color. Then I used Bejewel, which is just like a dark navy blue, and I used it right here and all underneath. And I just didn't realize that those three colors was like blue on top of blue on top of blue. So my whole entire eye just looked overwhelmingly blue, and the blue that was right here, the Family Jewel ones, the more I tried to basically, you know, blend it out, it just kept blending up till it got to my eyebrow, and then I just looked weird. It just looked over, like it took over the whole entire eye. That's why I'm saying I'm glad that I didn't do that look, like I didn't use that as a look for the tutorial, because at the end I was like, no, that's too much. It was too much of everything. So I decided when I was going to re-record a look for you guys today, I was like, I'm going to use the lightest brown to keep it safe as my transition shade. And then since obviously the other colors in here, the greens and the blues, are so flippin' beautiful. Like I said, I can't stay away from the colors I want. It's called a jewel palette. I mean, if I wanted to play completely safe, then I could stick to just the neutrals in here, because I do have some type of neutrals in here. That's not the point of that. The point of this is a jewel palette, and I want to showcase those crazy colors in here that I love. I love Milani, their formulas. It takes a little getting used to. Their shimmer formulas are like sort of, a lot of them are close to toppers, what you would consider like a Super Shock shadow from ColourPop. But once you get used to their formula is awesome. Like, they're so underrated, in my opinion. They're seriously underrated. Okay, so you guys, my next color that I used was this color in here that's called Brilliant. Now, Brilliant is a shimmer. And like I said, their shimmer formula is a little bit different. It takes a little bit getting used to. But that color in there looks like a dark teal aquamarine color. Just like this one is sort of like a green, right? And this looks like a darker version of that green. But it's a shimmer, so it's concentrated, it's packed. And it got little sparks. Not just glitters with green glitter reflex. It's got blue, dark blue glitter reflex in there. So it's got a mixture of the two. And then when you put it on, the perfect way to describe this, it's an emerald green color, like the actual birthstone. And it's so beautiful. Like when I put it on I packed it on with my finger, you guys, by the way. And I put it all over my lid, and I could not believe that I could see the little glitter reflex of the green and the blue all at the same time. And I was like, wow, they just did such a good job of adding that color in there. I love that they added that color in there, because I love greens. And this is like the type of green I would normally create, not like that not the Aura Out. I would not do that. That's like a mint green. When I choose greens, I go for like either chartreuse greens, yellow greens, like the one right here where my inner corner highlight. I like those type of greens. And I love emerald greens and dark greens and forest greens. Like, those are the colors that I go for normally. I go for like the dark colors. Maybe I'm just like a grungy person at heart. I don't know. Maybe it's my inner goth sneaking, trying to come out. But I just love dark colors. When I was younger, when I first started doing makeup, this is not what I would consider my journey into makeup. This is just like my introduction into makeup. Now I consider it like my journey into makeup because this is when I've been like getting used to doing it for real now. Before it was like once in a while, special occasions only for parties and baptisms for my kids and stuff like that. Those times I would do them, and I would do dark, like blacks and dark purples and dark greens. Like we're talking about like what are those ones called, like those dark sage greens, like the army greens that they have, those dark muddy greens ones. And I would we're talking about like 90% of the time I use black, like matte black, and people would always compliment me how I looked good in black. But now that I think back at it, I'm like, what the heck was I thinking? Just like rubbing black eyeshadow and not ever putting anything else on. Like, I was seriously the type of person that would only rub one color on my eye and just call it a day. Just like all black, and then just eyeliner, which black eyeshadow and black eyeliner. Like, seriously, Sarah, what the heck? Nobody saw the black eyeliner, of course. Because back then I would always cut it off. I would never wing it. Now I wing it because I like the look that the wing creates for it. And then black mascara, of course. And that was it. That was my look, you guys. And the darkest lipstick, like darker than this, the darkest lipstick you can see. I was totally like chola. I don't know what the heck to call it, but it was crazy. Okay, you guys, for my next color, I actually added a little bit of Emerald Envy right here. This one right here. I added a tiny bit of that, and all I did was I took this, you know, the same finger, because I didn't want to have to dirty one of my, see, it's like the same, it's almost the same exact color as this. This is a shimmer, so it's more darker, it's more concentrated, and this is a matte, so this is like a lighter version of that color. And I just honestly patted it on to that emerald one, just in the middle, because I wanted it to like brighten it up in that spot. So you see right here, you see it right here only. And the rest is the same shimmer. I kept this part the same shimmer. And then right here, I'm going to add a different color. So I just patted that matte one right in the middle because I wanted that color to really pop. Okay, you guys. And then for my next color, I used the color Frost Yourself. And it is this dark blue. It's a shimmer as well. Honestly, yesterday I used it and I didn't realize how concentrated it was. It reminded me of a dark denim blue, like blue jeans. And I didn't realize how bad it was going to be. Like, it's a beautiful, honestly, you guys, it's a beautiful, beautiful color. Like, you can see it looks like a royal blue, but it's actually not that blue. It's a pretty dark. It's a dark denim, denim jean blue. And I wasn't counting on it taking over the show yesterday. And when I put it on my lid, I was like, oh God, what did I do? Because it just created this huge muddy blue on top of blue on top of blue, and it just, I couldn't buff it out to save my life. Yesterday was so bad. I'm so glad I wasn't recording, because I honestly think that if I would have recorded it all, I would have either had so many dislikes on that video, or knowing myself, I wouldn't have uploaded it at all. I would have kept it, like, seriously. Now that color is super concentrated. You're going to have a little bit of fallout. I would strongly suggest you do your foundation after your eye makeup, because that color is going to fall onto your cheeks. And when it falls on your cheeks, you're going to try your best to like wipe it away, and it's just going to just rub and just create all this blue. So yeah, don't do it. I did it honestly on this eye, and I had to wipe and wipe and wipe just to get it, like, tone it down. I guess if you're the type of person that use like that tape technique, I think you should be good, because whatever falls right here, you'll be able to just like take it off. But as for me, the way I do my makeup, where I do my foundation first, and then, you know, blues, I don't know what it is with blues. Why do blues always do that? They end up turning, like, whatever falls, it's hard to wipe off, and then whatever, you just get like random blue stuff that won't go away, and even though you're wiping, it's just there now. But in the end, I think, you know, it wasn't so bad on this side. I tried to wipe as much as I could away, but, you know, it's blue, you guys. That's why I'm just saying, recommended foundation after, and you should be fine, because It's not like a matte. The matte, I didn't have any problem with the fallout for the matte. It was just that one blue for some reason. And it's a shimmer. Go figure why it did that. But yeah. And I did rub some of that blue right here. Just right here. Because I'm going to use another blue right here. So I used the same blue that I used yesterday, which is a Bijou color. I think it's called Bijou. B-I-J-O-U. So it's a dark navy blue right here. And that's the one that I put all underneath my eye. And you're going to do this very carefully because like I said, these blues are so pigmented. And if you end up getting fallout on your eye, good luck wiping that away. It's not going to be easy. So I was like wiping away like crazy. Anything that I was so careful just to pat it in. Pack it into that little area. And I was like trying my best to just keep it from, you know, trying to fall out. Because it was crazy. Seriously. And I did add some of that Frost Yourself. Again, that Frost Yourself one. The shimmer blue. I did add that a little bit on top of that other blue. But for that time, I used the brush this time. This is the same brush that I used for that Bijou dark blue color. And I used that one for the shimmer because I didn't want to have the same problem with the whole fallout. And I just stamped it on top. And that just basically just, it made it stand out a little bit more for the blue that was already there. And it gave it the shimmer overall look to it. So it's really pretty. So for my inner corner and my outer corner highlight, I use this color that's called Tiara right here. Tiara is, I want to say it's like a yellow green tone, like very large. I would say like a light chartreuse, and it is a shimmer. So, and it's not like a solid shimmer like what the Brilliant was, the green that I added overall. Or this one, they're not like, this one's not like a solid shimmer. This is more like a Super Shock Shadow topper to it. And I just added it in this corner right here. It's a very beautiful color though, you guys. Like, literally, look. It's like a lime yellowish green. And I was like, God, that's good. And then I added it in this corner too. Because you guys already know. And I actually went in with a little tiny bit of this brown heirloom color right here. I went in with the same brush that I used for my transition shade. And I got the tiniest bit of that heirloom brown. And I just like sort of blended it into that brown that was already there on top. And that's pretty much it, you guys. Let me put on my mascara on this eye. And then I'll show you guys the full eye look before I do my eyeliner. You guys should already know this by now. So let me do that and I'll be right back. Okay, you guys, this is the finished eye look today. Hopefully you guys like it. These colors in here are super concentrated, super pretty. I like them. So that's it, you guys. Let me back you guys out and give you guys my final thought. Okay, you guys, I'm back. And I want to say that I really like this palette. This palette has a lot of cute colors in it. I like that you can create not just these, you know, bright green and light, like I would honestly consider a lime green, these yellow greens in here. I love that they added these browns and these like semi-berry tone neutral shades. And they also have this random iced out. I did use that as yesterday as my inner corner highlight. So you guys will see like my overall look yesterday. It was horrible. Don't judge me, okay? Because last minute idea is I thought about using my OK Boomer from my Melt Cosmetics. And in the end I regretted it. And there was no real way to like save it. So I just left it there. You know, on top of the fact that I wasn't really recording anything. So I was like, you know what? Forget it. You know, just leave it the way it is. Honestly, for that eyeliner, the gel thing, I would really recommend it for like across your lid like this. Not so much as an eyeliner. It's just muddy. It doesn't look good on your eye like as an eyeliner. It mixes in with your mascara, and then your mascara, your eyelashes end up having all these random smears of silver in there. So I really don't recommend it. But this palette is super cute. The only color I don't see myself using is Princess Cut. And even then I could still probably use it as, you know, you can use it as a eyelid primer to set your eyelid primer, or a transition shade for someone lighter. For someone like me, I'd probably say stay away from it. I mean, you can do it if you want to. I just don't see myself using that one. I love Milani shimmer shades. Like, it's crazy. Once you get used to their formula, it's really pretty how they stand out from each other. So that's it for today, you guys. Don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you'll be notified each and every time I upload a video. And until next time, stay warm, stay blessed, and stay magical. Bye, you guys.